Good day, it's Drew from Drew's Book Reviews. So it is October 1st. You know what that means? It's time to do our September reading recap, talk a little bit about how my Goodreads challenge is going for this year and where I'm at with that, and talk a little bit about the books I expect to get to in the month of October. So if you were interested in any of this at all, stay tuned, that's coming right up. Good day. So let's talk about how things are going for me this year in my reading challenge, what I read in the month of September, and what I plan to get to, or hopefully get to, in the month of October. So I actually got through 5 books in the month of September. But before we get to that, let's talk a little bit about the reading challenge that I set for myself this year. So on Goodreads, I set for myself a goal of 60 books. So that's my goal, and this is what I'm sitting at so far, which is pretty good. 53 of 60 books, so I am well on track to hitting that goal. And even though it seems that I'm probably going to surpass it, I haven't changed it. Maybe that's cheating, I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Maybe I should set my bar higher, who knows. Anyway, after the 5 books that I read here in the month of September, I am now sitting at 88% of my goal target for my reading recap, or for my reading challenge for the year. So things are going really well with that, and I'm really happy to see that. Definitely, this has been a year full of some pretty decent and pretty good reads, albeit not all good, but definitely for the most part pretty decent and pretty good. So from that, let's move right into how my reading has gone for the month of September and my recap on what I read in September. So first up in September, I read American Gods by Neil Gaiman. So this is a book that had been highly praised by so many people. It's got the Prime Video TV series, which I really enjoyed. I absolutely did like the Prime Video TV series. So the whole concept on this one being, you've got the old gods versus the new gods, and their battle and wars taking place in America. So American Gods was my first read. Definitely check out my review on that. I will try to remember to link the reviews to all these books that I read in September in the description below. American Gods for me got a 3 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. So it wasn't terrible, but I didn't think it was absolutely great either. So the next up on my reads for September, I got through The Shadow Rising by Robert Jordan. So this, of course, being part of the epic and classic Wheel of Time, book 4 in the Wheel of Time. Probably one of my favorite Wheel of Time books in the entire series. Absolutely loved it. This one easily, for me, got a 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. So again, 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. Check out my review. I will link it below for you. So definitely go and check that one out. Next up in September, I read Good Omens by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. Loved Terry Pratchett's Discworld series. This one was funny, hilarious, just all around. It was a awesome, good read. Following 2 angels, one is a good angel, one is a bad angel, and they have to try to stop the apocalypse. And of course, they get up to all kinds of trouble while they're trying to do that. And it's just hilarious all the way through in terms of the kind of things that they get involved with, the hilarity of it. They've misplaced the spawn of the devil, essentially. They've misplaced the Antichrist, and they have to find him and try and stop the apocalypse because they both decided that it wasn't needed. So I actually gave this one a 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. Again, really love this book. Definitely check it out. And yeah, I mean, Good Omens was a good read. Perhaps a good omen that I'd read it. So the next book that I had read in the month of September is Homo Deus by Yuval Noah Harari. This book, fantastic. Great read about humanity's future. Where are we going? How do we get to where we are, and where are we going from here? What does the future hold for humanity? I thought it was a really well written, good, enjoyable read. Probably one of my favorite reads of the year so far, if I'm being completely honest. Homo Deus by Yuval Noah Harari. I gave this one a 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. Great read, fantastic book, definitely recommend it. Also recommend his book Sapiens. Again, check below for the link for this in the description. Absolutely loved it. Homo Deus by Yuval Noah Harari. This was all around, it was just a really, really good book. So really glad that I picked that up and read that last month. And then the 5th book that I read in the month of September is Lost and Found by Orson Scott Card. If you don't see the link for this below, it's probably because I haven't gotten around to putting the links in yet. I haven't actually done my video review on this one yet, but or at least not at the time that this particular video is filming, but I am planning on getting this up as quickly as possible after this video. But yeah, Lost and Found, this one really fell flat for me. It just was not a good read, not the card that I had become used to. And definitely you could check out my review on this. This one only gets 2 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. Just not a good read. I didn't enjoy it, and I don't expect that. I might not even continue to read Card, to be honest. I've just found that his writing isn't as good as it was back in the heyday of Ender's Game. Which some people even hate that book, but I personally loved it. And it's not good. 2 out of 5 stars. Probably, it's safe to say, probably my least favorite read of the year so far. So there you have it. Those are my reads for the month of September. Definitely do let me know if you have read any of these, what you liked about them, didn't like. What did you read in September? Or even what are you going to read in October? Speaking of upcoming reads for the month of October, it's time to get into what do I plan to read in October. What is my TBR for October? Alright, so upcoming in October. Now this is in no particular order, so it is not specific to any planned reading order, just what I hope and plan to get through in the month of October. So right now I'm still working on Wheel of Time reread. So I am currently reading The Fires of Heaven by Robert Jordan. Now I thought I might finish this last month, but I didn't. I do spend the majority of my reading time on books that I have not yet read, and I kind of throw this in on like breaks while I'm working, if I get some extra time during the day, that kind of thing. So it's not really my morning AM focus as far as my rereads go, so it's a bit of a slower progress. But in any case, Fires of Heaven I'm about halfway through right now, so I am continuing with that, and hopefully with any luck, if I do manage to finish this in October, we'll get the Fires of Heaven book review up on the channel here. So definitely stay tuned for that, especially if you're a Wheel of Time fan. This is absolutely coming, so stay tuned for that. One of the other books that I plan on getting to in the month of October is starting Larry Niven's Ringworld series. So I've heard a lot of good things about Ringworld, being one of those science fiction classics. So I'm looking forward to getting onto the Ringworld series. Probably, I expect more towards the end of the month rather than the beginning. So we'll kind of see how that goes. But yeah, picking up the Ringworld and getting that series started with Larry Niven's Ringworld. And then what we've also got, this is a viewer-sent book, one that I have been thinking about for a while, and I've heard a lot of interesting things about, that it even inspired George Lucas to create the whole Star Wars saga, and that is Joseph Campbell's Hero with a Thousand Faces. In fact, this is going to be the book I start October with. I'm really looking forward to getting into this and you know, seeing what the hype is all about, so to speak. First published, I believe, in something like 1949 or early 1950s. But I've heard a lot about this and the exploration of the monomyth that is culturally imbued within our mythology. Very, very interesting. I'm really looking forward to get it. So this is kind of one of those non-fiction books that I hope to get to at least on a monthly basis, one per month. And then what we have here is we're getting back into some Rick Riordan. I've really enjoyed kind of his books relating to the ancient mythological gods and the young adult fantasy that he has. So getting back into the Trials of Apollo, Book 3, The Burning Maze, for the Trials of Apollo book series by Rick Riordan. So that one, along with book 4, The Tyrant's Tomb. So, with any luck, I'll be able to get through these as well. Joseph Campbell's book is a bit of a heavy, long read, so I don't know if I'll get to every one of these books on the TBR for this month, but you never know. It's worth taking a shot at it anyway. But that's kind of what I have in the ballpark, or the plans for reads in the month of October. So definitely, if you're interested in what I have to say about any of these books, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell button so you get the notification as I post reviews for these books. Definitely worthwhile. Check it out. And like, comment, subscribe as always. So essentially, yeah, that is my to be read for October, what I read in September, my Goodreads challenge update, and how I'm doing with that. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope you enjoyed this. And until next time, as always, keep on reading. We'll see you next time on the next episode of Drew's Book Reviews. Until then, bye.